Russia continues with its offensive in Ukraine, reports suggest a Putin-Trump meeting may take place as soon as August 11th. According to Fox News, a summit between Russian President Vladimir Putin and U.S. President Donald Trump could happen as soon as next week. Two sources familiar with the negotiations told Fox News that Rome is one destination discussed. The two sides had earlier spoken of Dubai as a possible venue. As the U.S. deadline for Moscow to show progress towards ending the war in Ukraine nears, Russia carries out fresh attacks in Ukraine's Sumy and Kharkiv regions late on Thursday night. At least 3 people were injured in 2 Ukrainian cities after Russian drone attacks. The State Emergency Service of Ukraine said that it had managed to contain a fire that broke out at a 4-story building in Kharkiv. In Sumy, strikes on residential buildings left 1 person injured.
When attack happened, we couldn't find them for a whole day. We thought maybe they had gone down to the basement. Maybe they were still alive. It was like a buffer zone. You don't know what to do. And I realized that the hardest thing is just waiting, this uncertainty.
Ukrainian soldiers say Russia continues its offensive on eastern front lines despite the ceasefire deadline by President Trump.
The minimum result is at least a cessation of active hostilities. This will be the first sign of dialogue and negotiations. This is not happening at the moment, and all the talk about it is only intensifying with attacks. Perhaps they understand that they have little time left and are trying to capture even more in order to speak from a position of greater strength at the negotiations.
Russia's latest assault came hours after President Trump said that he would meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. If the Russian leader refuses to meet with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, urging Trump to deliver on threat of more sanctions, Finland's foreign minister has called for more economic pressure on Russia.
Well, I certainly hope that President Trump will move forward with those sanctions. What we do see and suspect now as well is that the reason that Russia has again shown some willingness to talks is that the increased arms deliveries by the US or from the US, also partly paid by European countries to Ukraine, are definitely piling up to the pressure on Russia to find a way out of the war.
Months of U.S.-led efforts have yielded no progress in halting the Russia-Ukraine war.
We are seeing that the Russian offensive campaign is ongoing, and the Ukrainian soldiers are saying that despite the diplomatic efforts that can be seen from the U.S. side and the U.S. President Donald Trump, there are no signs that the war is stopping here, and the explosions and the blasts, they are ongoing and they are happening all the time. However, the soldiers are saying that despite the failed attempts so far to establish the temporary ceasefire, they are here and they are going to continue to fight.